They told you growth was upward, climbing, advancing, outpacing, more results, more recognition, more visible progress. But growth is not always vertical. Sometimes growth is invisible. Sometimes growth looks like restraint, like silence, like discipline no one applauds. We misunderstand growth because we measure it. We measure income, influence, output. But true growth cannot always be counted. It must be discerned. Growth is not becoming more impressive. It is becoming more aligned with truth, with purpose, with calling. The world rewards speed. But formation takes time. A tree does not rush its roots. Depth precedes height, and what grows slowly often lasts longest. You thought you were behind, but perhaps you were rooting. You thought the valley meant regression, but perhaps it meant refinement. Growth mindset is not blind optimism. It is mature perspective. It is the ability to say, "This is shaping me," even when it stretches you, even when it humbles you, even when it delays what you desire. Growth is not just adding skill. It is subtracting ego. It is learning patience. It is refining identity. You do not grow by accumulating achievements. You grow by becoming the kind of person who can carry them without breaking. That is why discipline matters. That is why silence matters. That is why the wilderness matters. The wilderness strips away illusion. It exposes what is fragile, and what remains is strengthened. You once believed growth meant reaching the top. But what if growth meant expanding the sphere? What if each level of awareness opened new dimensions of possibility? Not a narrow peak, but a widening horizon. Growth is not scarcity. It is expansion, and expansion does not compete. It unfolds. You are not competing with another person's becoming. You are responsible for your own. There is room. There is time. There is capacity within you that has not yet been tested. Growth mindset is not loud. It is steady. It does not panic in delay. It does not collapse in difficulty. It understands that valleys form strength. Plateaus build endurance. Silence builds clarity. And obedience builds character. You don't rise because you achieved. You achieve because you became. And becoming takes patience. So if you feel unseen, if you feel delayed, if you feel stretched, do not interpret it as stagnation. Interpret it as formation. Growth is not climbing higher. Growth is becoming deeper. And depth creates stability. Stability creates confidence. Confidence creates expansion. And expansion reveals that the top was never a point. It was always a sphere. Keep becoming.